Okay, so I want to walk you through a very quick, easy Zentangle process just to kind of, you don't need anything other than just a pen or a pencil or a Sharpie, but I want to walk you through something that just kind of like gets your mind thinking about creating and just kind of a brain break. Okay, so I know a lot of times we're talking business on here. I'm teaching you how to make money doing paint parties, but today we're just going to take a brain break. And then I'm also going to tell you at the end of this a little bit about how you can sign up to be a part of the Snowman Showdown. And we'll talk about brushes and cutesy things like this, all of that fun stuff. Okay, so first I want you to take a deep breath. Okay, have you heard of zentangles? If you have, put a 1 in the comment, okay? So I'm going to walk you through a simple way to do zentangles. Now, just take a piece of paper. You can draw a heart. You can draw a pumpkin. You can draw anything you want, okay? So if you want to draw a pumpkin on there, you can. If you want to draw a heart, if you want to draw just a basic Christmas tree, whatever you want. And you can see kind of here's like one of my finished zentangles that I recently did, okay? And this is really just to give your brain a break. Anybody else want a brain break? Let me see if I can see your comments on my computer over here. Okay, so once you have your heart drawn or your crescent moon or a star, whatever it is drawn, go ahead and put a 1 in the comments so I know that it's drawn, okay? And if you're watching a replay, you can put replay. That's totally fine. All right. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do in this brain break is we're going to take this and we're going to start making lines coming out so we have different compartments. I did this a lot when I taught school, and this is a really fun, you know, if you're an after-school art teacher, maybe you're an art teacher, this is a very fun easy thing to do to help your students, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to think about some shapes and designs, okay? So I'm going to grab just a piece of paper, and I went ahead and put some on here, but I'm going to kind of show you how I came up with these. So just grab a piece of paper and do a tic-tac-toe board. And this is also good if you're about to make a decision, kind of just do this to get your brain a little bit of a break. Hi, Wendy. Hello. Make sure you say hi as you come on. I love saying hi. Okay, so the next thing is you're just going to start doing repeating shapes. So I'm going to show you a couple of the ones I used to teach. So for example, let's do hatching. Okay, hatching is just some lines. Aw, thank you, Jane. That is awesome. Hello, BFFs. Hey, Ann. Let me know where you're from and let me know if you've ever done zentangles before. Now, we're going to do hatching again, but this time we're going to do cross hatching. Okay? The next one's my favorite because if you do it, you get your kids to do it, whatever, it's like there's a thunderstorm. Okay? So it's called stippling. Lots of dots, okay? You're just dotting. Dotting, dotting, dotting. Hi, Tina from North Carolina. Hello, hello. Okay, so just lots of dots. All right, and just put a number 1 in the comments if you have never done zentangles before. If you've never done aw, I did too much dotting. Look what I did. Hold, please. Let me find a thing. Put a 1 in the comments if you've never done zentangles before. I would love to know if this is brand new for you. It's a good thing I have enough Sharpies. I have plenty of Sharpies. Okay, awesome. All right, good. Okay, so Myra, Wendy, Tina. Oh, okay, we're going to get a little deep. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is something that can help you. My hair is a mess. Okay, so another shape, okay? So call out another shape and I'll draw it. So is it hearts? Is it stars? Is it waves? Is it squigglies? Is it circles? Just go ahead and type a shape and I'll draw another shape. We're just kind of getting our database. our database for our design, okay? All right, so call it a shape. Hearts, okay, perfect. So hearts, we're just doing a repeating pattern. Repeating pattern. Diamonds, stars, okay? I promise all this will make sense in a minute, okay? And zigzags. Is that zigzags or... Is that right? I don't know if that's zigzags. We'll see. Okay, stars. We can do the old school stars. Again, just repeating patterns. I think somebody else said, let's see, hearts. Wendy said, Alice said diamonds. That's where I was. Diamonds. Again, just repeating patterns. I'm going to do a wave because you know I love to do a good wave. Okay, so I'm just repeating. Okay, it could be flowers. Hey, Andrea. Okay, so all kinds of stuff, right? All kinds of stuff. So now that we have kind of our database, our tic-tac-toe board of our zentangles, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our giant, and this could be on a small piece of paper, it could be on whatever. We're going to take just a basic shape. And now what I want you to do, Jane, I'm not left-handed. However, I can draw left-handed. So I can draw and paint and write. I'm not like the best writer left-handed, but I can do both. I can actually write and draw and paint from both. Okay, so now let's say I want to take the waves, and I'm going to put the waves in this section. So basically what I like to do during zentangles, and this again, the reason we're talking about this is I want you to have a chance to just have a brain break, okay? So anybody here need a brain break? Anybody here need a brain break? I know I definitely do. And zentangles are a great way, especially, you know, for us who are painters and artists. Sometimes we want to just take something and create on the fly. And this isn't to create to put in a frame. This isn't to create to, you know, go show everybody. This is literally just to give your brain some space, okay? So what we do next is we start filling these in. Now, if you want to get real fancy, let me know. Sarah says, yup. Yeah, definitely. If you want to get real fancy, let me know, because now I have the waves. Now I'm going to pick another one. Okay, so now I'm going to do some squigglies over here. Again, this isn't, you know, fine art. This is just art. This is just creating for the sake of therapy. Creating for the sake of enjoyment. I'm going to do hatching. Now I'm going to do cross hatching. Okay. Now, if I'm like, oh, I don't know what else to do, guess what? I have a board. I can literally come over here and pick what I want to do next. I don't even have to think about it. You could literally screenshot this. So when you're doing this later, I'll hold it here. Oh, I'll hold it here for 5 seconds if you want to screenshot it, or you can save this live so you can go back to it. But this is so, so therapeutic. So ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do stars. I'm going to do the stars right here. And then I'm going to show you something really cool in just a minute to do. And this is something you can do, like, I know when I'm at church, I'm like writing and doing doodles a lot. And it's been proven that when you doodle, you actually hear and retain more of the information. So if you're listening to me right now and you're painting or you're doodling, you're actually like retaining more of it right now. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? So a lot of times they think we're not paying attention because we're artists and we're just drawing all the time, but that's not true. We are paying attention. We actually are remembering it better. Okay. All right. So then maybe I want to do moons right here. So I'm going to do a C, another C. Zentangles is really just a fancy word for doodling. And it's just repeating shapes over and over. Stars here. Okay, so now what I want you to do, and again, make sure you save this if you don't have your paper ready and you want to rewatch this because it's only going to be a few more minutes, but I want you to be able to like take this practice and do this anytime you need a brain break, okay? So what I want you to do through the next 3 sections is I want you to think about either a person, family member, maybe it's, let me know if you can still hear me. I got a call come through. I had to send them to voicemail. I always forget to put it on do not disturb. So for me, it's Bobby and Pixie. So I want you to spend the next 3 that you're drawing on. Okay, good. Thank you, Jane. I want you to think about what you are grateful for them. Okay, so it could be a situation in your life. It could be maybe you just moved into a new house. It could be maybe it's, your best friend. For me, I'm going to be thinking about my husband and my daughter and how much I love them and maybe a good memory that we just had. And just as you draw, be thinking of what you are grateful for. Okay, so what that looks like for you is turn on some great music. I love The Blessing. If you ever ask Alexa, say, Alexa, play The Blessing. I don't know, my Alexa, play The Blessing. Okay, yeah, it's playing. Okay, so it's going to play. So like that, or you could do coffee house music, or you could do jazz, or you could do whatever music you like, put that on. And then as you're drawing, it's almost like a meditative practice. As you're drawing, I want you to just be thinking about, okay, so I'm going to do moons here. And as I draw the moons, I'm thinking about a memory with Bobby and Pixie, something exciting, something fun, something I'm thankful for. Okay. So just kind of draw and be thinking about those people, those situations in your life, and not everything, just focus on 1 or 2 people. And you can put in the comments if that's your family, if that's your health, if that's your job, is that the weather, like what is it that you are thankful for right now? And I would love so much to see what you're thankful for, because art really is healing, man. So thankful for art. Thankful for the hope it brings. I know just painting these little nutcrackers, I was just so excited, like so hopeful, so excited about, what's to come. And then seeing other people paint them and just so many cool things. Okay, so just let me know in the comments what you're grateful for. Karen says grandsons. Oh, nice. I know one day Pixie's going to have grandkids for me, hopefully. I'm going to be such a good grandma. I'm going to be like the best grandma ever. So I did stars there and I started to do stars here. So I'm going to kind of change that. I'm going to change that back to some hatching, cross hatching. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's see. Jane says that God woke me up for another day with such turmoil going on in my life and in the world. Oh, well, I am glad you're here, Jane. Thank you for watching and being a part of this with us. Anita, saving grace. Brenda, my family. Shannon says, thankful friends. Very cool. Okay, so I heard this quote And I'm going to have you do one more little lesson before we talk about the Snowman Showdown. But I had this, I heard this quote. It says, pain and hardships are, unfortunately, they're going to happen. However, suffering is a choice. And when I heard that, man, it really hit me like, okay, I get to wake up every day and choose how I'm going to accept a situation, okay? I know every single one of us has struggles that many of us don't know what people are going through. There's so many things that we don't understand what's happening in each other's world. However, how can we show grace to each other, and how can we make a choice every day to choose joy even when it feels like everything else is going crazy? So one of the ways that I choose joy in the midst of chaos, in the midst of health struggles, in the midst of so many things going on, is through art, through painting, through zentangles, through creating, through taking a moment to control the things I can control. And so on your next thing, I'm going to walk you through that after. Okay, so Althea and Paint Party Headquarter members, yes, you can go ahead and advertise these. I went ahead and posted them inside Paint Party Headquarters. Just know that I have not done any of the videos yet. We're still working on tracers, all of that stuff for you inside of Paint Party Headquarters. So remember, if you are in Paint Party Headquarters, game on. Start booking them. That's why I went ahead and posted them all for you. Okay, so, oh, I'm thankful for you. BFF, thank you. Jane says, I choose faith over fear. I think that's a great idea to use art. For sure. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take maybe a bigger Sharpie. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to hear that. I'm serious, like art helps me out of depression too. Like seriously. Oh, that's the Sharpie I ruined. So yeah, definitely I want you to really figure out ways you can take control of situations. So I'm going to make this bigger. And as I make this bigger, what I want you to do, and I know this might sound weird to some of you, but I want you to think about a person or actually, let's go with a person or even a situation that maybe has rubbed you the wrong way. Maybe they've hurt you. Maybe there's something that they've done that it just doesn't sit right. Like, what is something in your life, maybe a person, a situation, as you are drawing? Again, you just need paper, pencil, Sharpie, whatever, to do this with me. So make sure you save this video. You can share it to yourself or to your page or whatever, so you don't forget to do this if you're not already doing it. But what I want you to do is I want you to start outlining this and think about that person that may have wronged you, that person that maybe you're having a fight with or a situation with. And I want you, again, bear with me because I know this sounds dorky, but I want you to think about that person as a 5-year-old. Think about that person as a child. And while you make your main shape larger, I want you to just think about giving them grace. Think about giving them a hug. Think about, even though you are so mad at them, even though you are so frustrated, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to draw over this. Make it thicker. And think about the person that you are frustrated with as a child. They're playing on the playground. Maybe you're a child too and you're eating lunch with them. No bad situation has happened yet. You're just giving them grace, okay? Now I want you to just take a deep breath. All right, just take a deep breath. And I know we all have different situations going on. I don't know your situation personally, but I do know that if you've been in this life longer than 24 hours, you've had some hardships. You've had some trials. And I want you to know that that person that you're struggling with has also had hardships, has also had trials. So how can we just show them grace? If you're a praying person like me, maybe take a second to say a prayer for that person that you're frustrated with, that you're angry at, that you have a disagreement, whatever that is. So just take a deep breath. Say a prayer for them. And then the next step, okay? All right, do a 1 if you're still with me. Just do number one if you're still with me. So I know you're here. Now what I want you to do is I want you to make the lines between here thicker. So while you're doing that, awesome. Okay, good. And if it's helpful, if this is helpful at all, let me know. Just put yes, helpful, or yes, I need to make sure I go back to my art when I'm feeling anxious or sad or depressed or even just happy and hopeful. I use art not only for when I'm sad or depressed, but also when I'm excited. It doesn't always have to be art is healing when we're sad. Art is hopeful. Art is a new project. Art is exciting. Like there's so many cool things. Okay. And then the next thing I want you to do is while you are making these thicker, okay, you're making these thicker, bear with me. I want you to totally dork out with me. I want you, just like you just gave gratitude for your family and friends, you just gave grace to somebody who has wronged you. I want you to think of you as a 5-year-old. And I want you to give yourself grace, okay? Let's give ourselves grace. So as you're making these lines thicker, I want you to think about a memory you have when you were 5 years old. So for example, I'll go first. When I was 5, I was terrified. I got on the school bus and I remember there was this little girl in the front seat and she said, sit with me. And I sat with her and she said, you better hold on. This bus goes real fast. And I remember just being like, oh my gosh. And then I made a friend and she literally was one of my best friends all the way through school, all the way through high school. So I just remember back that girl being so scared. And then she got on this bus and then she made this new friend. And then she had all of these adventures through school. And think back to when you were 5. What is the memory you have? So I just want you to just think about yourself as a 5-year-old. Think about what you were excited about. Think about what you were hopeful for as you start to just take these lines and make them bigger. So what were you hopeful for? What were you excited about? What was something, were you a silly, 5-year-old? Were you more reserved? Were you really quiet? Were you playful? Were you fun? Were you adorable? Yes, all 5-year-olds are adorable. They just are so adorable, right? Like, what were you like? And I want you to think about the grace. If you were to look back on that 5-year-old, like what grace you would give them. All right. So now with that memory of you as a 5-year-old, think about how you want your life to look. Do you want it to be playful? Do you want it to have adventure? Okay. As an adult, like I said earlier, we all have trials. We all have things that happen. We all have situations. However, we get to choose how we want it to be. We get to choose how long we want to suffer. Okay. So when I say this, I'm saying this from a place of love because this is something I battle too. Like anxiety, I've talked openly about, definitely battled with things like this. And I think it's so important to go, okay, I know painful situations are going to happen. I know I have to trust God. I know that it's going to be okay. I shared recently inside Paint Party headquarters about some heart troubles I'm going through. And I was talking to my mother-in-law earlier today and I was like, I just feel like God's got this. Like I am not scared. Like, you know, it sucks going through all of this I'm going through right now, but I'm not scared. I feel like he's got this. There is a reason for this. There is a answer to this. It's going to be okay. Like, I'm totally calm about it. When normally, knowing my family's heart history, I would not be calm about it. My own heart history, I would not be calm about it. But there's something about this that I just know God's got this. Like, he's got this. He can do anything. And so I don't know where you're at today, but what I want you to do in this last step is I want you to write life into your own world. For example, I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to write words that I want to see in my life. Okay. Hope. I'm going to start writing it in the heart. Okay. And if you're just now tuning in, you can always like save this, share it to your page, watch it later. And let me see if I can turn this around. Alexa, stop. Let me see if I can turn this around so you can see the words right. I can't figure it out. That's okay. Just know I'll tell you what I'm writing. So let's say hope, okay? Adventure. So I am all about adventure. Like, even if it's just us going to dinner, there's going to be a way that we make it a side quest. We make it fun. Like, I am all about adventure. What are some other words you want in your life? Do you want love in your life? Do you want playfulness? Do you want happiness? We get to choose. You know, so many times we think that we just go through life and it just happens to us. We get to choose. There are going to be situations that happen to us all the time. How can we choose? How can we make a difference in our life? How can we, even though we're going through something really, really, really hard, how can we take it and then change it into something good? How can we change the situation? Peace. Oh, Jane, I love that. Hello, BFF. Hello, hello. Oh, Jane, yeah, I can imagine. I really, really, truly want you, and Jane, if you haven't started doing this part yet, I really want you to do this. I want you to write out peace. I want you to, this is your homework. Everybody has homework. You didn't know you're going to watch and today you have homework. No, you don't have to, but I strongly, truly think like this takes just a couple of minutes. This is not a hard thing to do. This isn't something you even have to post, but just to get your mind off of everything negative and just kind of go inward for a minute. So the cool thing about this is you can do it with any shape. So this is one I did earlier. And then instead of making the words big like I did here, I actually wrote them in small areas. Okay, so little small areas, I hid these little words in here, which is kind of cool. So again, I just wanted to take a minute to remind you how important it is. Art is so healing. Hey, Janet, good to see you. Oh, Jane says, I haven't, but I will because you told me to. I'm a good listener and follower. Make sure you do it. I want you all to take time to make your own zentangle, but play this while you're doing it so you can remember what I was telling you to go through, the steps that as you draw this, what steps you're doing to kind of meditate while you're doing this, to be thankful, to pray, whatever that version is for you. For me, I like to pray. Like while I'm doing the doodles, I like to pray for that person. While I'm doing the doodles, I like to pray for the situation, whatever it is. So again, we have so much potential right there of creating, again, things will hit us, okay? We will have pain. We will have disappointment. It is never promised that this is going to be easy. However, suffering is a choice. And I just want to remind you that God has given us access to art. God has given us access to painting. God has given us access to creating use it. It's therapeutic. It is so, so helpful. So if you're going to try the Zentangle, just on a piece of paper, maybe at church, grab an extra notes, or if you're at dinner tonight or this weekend, grab a paper menu, bring a pen, and just kind of pass it around, have everybody at the table do a different shape. And just maybe have people write, like, what are you excited about? What are you wanting for your life this next year? All of those things. So I just don't want you to miss out on every day is just a grind. Whenever you really can just, choose. Don't choose to suffer. Choose joy. Always choose joy no matter what your situation is. So anyway, I am excited for you. Let me know if you're doing the Zentangle. That is your homework. Zentangle, do your Zentangle. And then if you use Instagram, I am really trying to be a better Instagram person. So if you use Instagram, once you do your Zentangle, if you would please share it with me, you can either send me a message or tag me, and then I will try to share it to my story. So I'll be watching today, tomorrow, and the next day if you want to do that. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just, tag me. It's at Texas Art and Soul _, and then I'll share it to my story as well. So, all right, use art to heal, and don't forget the Snowman Showdown. I totally forgot to talk about that. If you want to be a part of the Snowman Showdown, you can. If you like kind of, motivational plus, hopefully, I'm going to teach you how to do the snowman in addition to all the fun stuff that comes with that. Make sure you sign up for that. We're going to be teaching you how to make money to do the snowman, like actually take the snowman painting and then make money with it. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you sign up. It's only $10. If you want to do the fun, like, custom bag with the brushes, you can. And that's an extra charge because we have to ship it. And of course, I had to buy all of this stuff. But again, no pressure. But if you love this kind of thing and you want to hang out, we're going to be 3 hours together for that. It's a live event in 3 days. Oh, Jane, I have to read that out. She says, thank you so much, as I'm in tears because I don't have friends to discuss with. I do choose not to suffer, but God, love the statements. He put you right here for such a time as this. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jane and everyone, this is your homework. Okay. Do the Zentangle. Okay. So save this, whatever you need to do this. And I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Put on some good music, put on the song, The Blessing, and just do these rhythmic, repetitive, shapes and strokes, and don't make it about a finished product. Just make it about art therapy. All right. I hope this helps you. I'm so, so thankful you were here, and I appreciate you. See you soon.